Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cloud Hero with Alain. Last time we covered AWS abbreviations and how to make sense of them. Today we are moving into compute services with AWS, basically the power behind the cloud. Storing data is one thing, but compute is actually what lets you use that data. And for me, the big four to remember here are EC2, Lambda, ECS, and EKS. As you already know, I am actually studying for this and sharing my journey with you as I go. Let's jump into it. EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. This is your virtual server in the cloud. You pick the operating system, you decide how big or small you want it, and then you turn it on. Now, I came across something interesting. If an EC2 instance cannot be reached, the first place to check is the security group rules. Think of it as your virtual firewall. By default, it blocks incoming traffic until you explicitly allow it. Most connection problems come from there, not from IAM or the OS firewall. Next up is Lambda. It is serverless, which means AWS runs the machine for you. You just need to tell it what to do. I like to think of it as sending a little robot to complete a specific task. One thing I noticed when I was studying is that if Lambda cannot access something like an S3 bucket, for example, it usually comes down to IAM permissions, which means the robot can only perform what you've allowed it to do. So the permissions really matter. Now let's dive into containers, ECS and EKS. This part confused me at first, so I had to break it down for myself. ECS, this is AWS's easier way to run containers, and EKS is for Kubernetes, which is way more complex but also way more powerful. The way I keep it straight is ECS feels like a starter kit, and EKS is like managing a whole city of containers. Different scale, different complexity, but at the end of the day, they are both about running apps in containers. So that is compute in AWS. EC2 for virtual servers, Lambda for serverless tasks, ECS and EKS for containers. Different tools, different levels of complexity, but they all give your data the power to actually do something. That's how I'm keeping it clear as I study. If you are also studying for AWS Cloud Security, I hope this episode was helpful. We just covered compute services, and next up, we are jumping into storage services, where all that data actually gets stored. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is Alain, and you are listening to Cloud Hero. Keep learning and stay tuned.